You go to bed feeling just fine, but wake up slurring your speech, one side of your face drooping, unable to move half your body. That's exactly what happened to Walter. A 68-year-old grandfather of 5, Walter had always taken pride in his health. No alcohol, daily walks, even a bedtime routine that included a banana every night. But one morning, everything changed. He suffered a massive stroke in his sleep. By the time his wife found him, the damage was done. As a brain doctor, I've seen too many cases like Walter's, quiet, unassuming, and devastating. What shocked me most wasn't just the stroke, but what may have triggered it. A piece of fruit. Yes, one common, beloved fruit. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to open your eyes. This is the kind of danger that sneaks up on seniors when your metabolism changes, your medications interact silently, and your body's signals get misread. For years, we've been told that all fruit is good. But for aging bodies, especially those with heart conditions, diabetes, or high blood pressure, the truth is far more complicated. In this video, I'll reveal how one misunderstood fruit may silently increase your stroke risk overnight, and how to enjoy fruit safely without putting your brain in harm's way. Stay with me, especially if you're over 60 or love someone who is, because understanding this one small thing could protect your most precious asset, your mind. Let's get into it.
We've all heard it before. Fruit is nature's candy. Sweet, juicy, packed with vitamins. But what if I told you that for some seniors, that candy can quietly turn toxic? Here's what most people don't realize. As we age, our ability to handle sugar, even natural sugar, declines. Fructose, the sugar found in fruit, doesn't behave the same in a 30-year-old body as it does in someone over 60. Instead of being burned off quickly, it lingers, spikes blood sugar, and triggers a dangerous cascade: inflammation in the blood vessels, oxidative stress, and ultimately microscopic clots that can travel to the brain. Now imagine doing this every night. One medium banana contains more potassium than some seniors on diuretics can safely handle. Too much potassium in the bloodstream, especially when kidneys aren't working as efficiently, can disrupt the electrical signals in your heart and increase the risk of stroke or arrhythmia overnight. According to the CDC, 87% of all strokes are ischemic, caused by blood clots, and nearly 4 in 10 strokes in older adults are associated with unmanaged blood sugar fluctuations. It's not that fruit is bad, but timing, quantity, and individual health status matter more than most realize. We often think of stroke as a random lightning strike, but sometimes it's a slow burn. A quiet accumulation of harmless habits that build up and break down our resilience. In the next few minutes, we'll look at how to identify which fruits might be silently increasing your risk, how to adjust your habits without giving up what you love, and how to protect your brain with a smarter, simpler approach to nutrition. Because the truth is this: what's healthy for one person may be harmful for another, especially when it comes to the aging brain. Let me share with you the story of Clara. Clara is 73, a retired school teacher full of energy, always active in her church and community. Every evening, like clockwork, she'd wind down with a small bowl of grapes and a cup of herbal tea, her way of relaxing after a busy day. She also took medication for high blood pressure, prescribed by her doctor years ago. One morning, she woke up and couldn't feel her right hand. She tried to get up, but her leg dragged behind her. It lasted only a few minutes, but it left her shaken. At the hospital, they diagnosed her with a TIA, a transient ischemic attack, often called a mini-stroke. The cause? a sudden spike in blood sugar and a sharp interaction between her medication and the high glycemic load from those seemingly harmless grapes. Lab tests showed inflammation in her blood vessels and elevated cortisol levels from poor sleep. The real trigger? A combination of her bedtime fruit, medication, and underlying metabolic vulnerability, something no one had warned her about. Clara's story isn't about fear, it's about understanding. You see, it's not that grapes are bad, it's about the timing, context, and your body's current state. Many fruits can be wonderful allies when paired with the right habits, eaten at the right times, and adjusted for medications or chronic conditions. For Clara, this wake-up call changed everything. She didn't stop eating fruit, she just learned how to do it smarter. And now she's healthier than ever. So if you've ever said, "I'm doing everything right," but still feel off, you're not alone. Because sometimes it's not what we eat, it's when and how we eat it that makes all the difference. But it's not just fruit. Your everyday habits might be quietly preparing the ground for a stroke. Let's be honest, many of us sit for hours, watching TV, scrolling on our phones, even dozing off in the recliner. Movement becomes optional, but the body doesn't see it that way. When you sit too long, blood flow slows down, especially in the legs. This sluggish circulation increases the risk of venous blood clots, tiny, silent threats that can travel to the lungs or brain. According to the World Health Organization, sitting more than 8 hours a day raises your risk of cardiovascular disease by 80%. And what do we often reach for while sitting? A soda, maybe a slice of pie, or some comfort food. These ultra-processed treats, loaded with refined sugar, cause sharp insulin spikes, leading to chronic inflammation in the arteries. Over time, this weakens the blood vessels, making them more vulnerable to rupture or clotting. Sleep is another battlefield. You might fall asleep with the TV on, phone buzzing beside your pillow, but poor quality sleep raises cortisol, the body's stress hormone. Chronic cortisol elevation constricts blood vessels, disrupts metabolism, and impairs glucose control, all increasing stroke risk. A recent study from the Journal of the American Heart Association found that older adults with poor sleep and sedentary behavior had a double risk of stroke compared to active sleepers. And let's not forget stress. When you're constantly worried, rushing, or exposed to a flood of alarming news, your nervous system stays in high alert. That fight or flight state isn't meant to last hours or days. Over time, it wears down your cardiovascular and neurological systems like a tire losing tread. So yes, fruit matters, but the bigger picture is this. Your brain health is shaped by everything you do and don't do day after day. This isn't about guilt. It's about power. The power to notice the small things, to move more, to sleep better, to breathe deeper. Because it's not one habit that breaks the brain, it's the silent accumulation of stress, stillness, and sugar. And the good news? Every small step toward change has the potential to reverse years of hidden damage.
Imagine your brain cells as delicate flowers in a peaceful garden. They bloom when nourished gently and consistently. But what happens when a flood rushes through, followed by a drought, then another flood? Just like flowers, your brain cells can't survive that kind of chaos. This is exactly what happens when blood sugar levels swing like a roller coaster, especially in older adults. You feel fine one minute, then sluggish the next. These ups and downs may seem minor until they're not. When you consume a high-sugar fruit or processed snack, glucose floods your bloodstream. Your body scrambles to respond. Insulin spikes, inflammation ignites. In the brain, this creates a storm of oxidative stress, producing reactive oxygen species, or ROS, that damage the mitochondria, the energy factories inside each neuron. Over time, these repeated shocks lead to cellular fatigue, poor brain function, and increased stroke risk. A 2023 study published in Neurology Today confirmed that seniors with high glycemic variability were 3 times more likely to develop vascular dementia or suffer from TIA events, even if their average blood sugar seemed normal. That's why it's not just how much sugar you eat, it's how fast it hits your system and how often it spikes. Even healthy fruits like bananas or pineapples can be trouble when eaten alone, especially at night. They hit your bloodstream fast and hard, just when your body is preparing to rest and detox. Your brain craves rhythm, not chaos. It thrives on slow, steady nourishment, like a flower needs gentle morning sun, not midday heat waves. So next time you think, it's just fruit, remember, your brain hears that sugar spike loud and clear. The goal isn't to fear sweetness, it's to respect your brain's fragile balance. Because in the long run, even good things, when delivered in the wrong way, can do quiet harm.
So how can we keep the brain safe while still enjoying life's sweetness? Here are 3 gentle but powerful habits that can help you protect your brain every single day, without fear, without giving up the joys of living. Number 1. Eat fruit the right way. Fruit isn't the enemy, but timing and pairing are everything. Avoid sweet fruits at night. Your metabolism slows down in the evening, and consuming sugary fruits before bed can cause a glucose spike while you sleep, leading to inflammation, poor sleep quality, and even nighttime blood pressure fluctuations. Always pair fruit with protein or healthy fat. A slice of cheese, a handful of nuts, or some plain Greek yogurt can slow sugar absorption, reduce blood sugar spikes, and keep your brain fueled in a stable way. Choose smarter fruits. Green apples, berries, and grapefruit are naturally lower on the glycemic index, or GI, and loaded with antioxidants that protect neurons. Blueberries, in particular, are rich in anthocyanins, natural compounds that fight brain inflammation and improve memory. Number 2. Gentle movement plus deep breathing before bed. A simple 10-minute walk after dinner can do wonders for brain health. Movement helps stimulate blood flow, especially to the brain, and aids in stabilizing post-meal glucose levels. Combine with 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This technique lowers cortisol, relaxes the nervous system, and ensures better oxygen delivery to brain cells. Over time, this simple nightly ritual can enhance sleep quality, reduce stroke risk, and improve cognitive clarity. Number 3. Clean blood debris naturally. Your blood is the delivery system for nutrients, oxygen, and hormones. But as we age, it also becomes a highway for inflammatory molecules and metabolic waste. Start your day with warm water infused with lemon, ginger, and turmeric. These natural ingredients act like gentle detoxifiers, supporting the liver, calming inflammation, and thinning the blood safely. Add leafy greens and celery juice to your routine. These foods are rich in chlorophyll, potassium, and natural antioxidants that help your kidneys filter toxins and support vascular health, keeping your blood clean and your brain nourished. These strategies aren't extreme. They're sustainable, natural, and rooted in how your body was designed to heal, because small choices made daily become the foundation for long-term brain strength.
Here's a quick recap. Fruits to approach with caution after 60. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive, not just to sugar, but to medication interactions, fluid balance, and blood pressure shifts. Some fruits, while healthy in isolation, can quietly become risky when combined with the realities of aging. Grapes. Their natural sugars hit the bloodstream fast, causing sudden glucose spikes, especially dangerous for diabetics or those with insulin resistance. Bananas, rich in potassium, they may overload the system of seniors on diuretics or blood pressure medications, risking arrhythmias. Mangoes, delicious but dangerous, with one of the highest glycemic indexes among fruits. Watermelon, a powerful diuretic. It may lead to nighttime dehydration and blood pressure drops. Oranges can interfere with statins and beta blockers, altering medication effectiveness. Strawberries, often heavily sprayed, if not organic, they carry a high pesticide load that may disrupt hormonal balance. Knowledge, not fear, is the key to healthy choices.
This isn't about fear, it's about wisdom. You're not fragile, you're not failing, you're adapting, and that takes strength. This conversation isn't about eliminating fruit, it's about recognizing that even nature's gifts come with nuances, especially as we grow older, wiser, and more attuned to our bodies. You've come this far not by accident, but by resilience. You've weathered storms, raised families, served your communities. That same strength is what will carry you into the next chapter, healthier, more aware, and more empowered. The body doesn't need perfection. It needs understanding. It needs timing. It needs small, intentional choices made with clarity and compassion. So let's not make fruit the enemy. Let's make knowledge our ally. Let's take what we've learned about sugar, medication, hydration, and brain health and use it to fine-tune our daily habits, one thoughtful decision at a time. Comment 1 if you'll adjust how you eat fruit. Comment 2 if you learned something surprising today. I read every comment. Let's grow wiser together. Because the journey doesn't end here. It only deepens.